Once, a philosophy professor walked into his classroom carrying a large, empty mayonnaise jar. He held it up for all the students to see and asked them, "Is this jar truly empty?" The students glanced at the jar and unanimously agreed that it was indeed empty. The professor smiled and began filling the jar with big rocks until they reached the brim. He then asked his students, "Now, is the jar full?" The students examined the jar filled with rocks and concluded that it was completely full. Unperturbed, the professor picked up a bag of small pebbles and poured them into the jar. He gave the jar a gentle shake, allowing the pebbles to settle among the larger rocks. Looking at his class, he posed the question again, "Is the jar full now?" The students pondered for a moment and responded, "Yes, it appears to be full." Not willing to stop there, the professor reached for a container of sand and poured it into the jar. The sand cascaded into the spaces between the rocks and pebbles. Once more, he asked his students, "Is the jar full?" Without hesitation, the students agreed, "Yes, now the jar is definitely full." The professor proceeded to explain the meaning behind this exercise. He revealed that the jar symbolized life, while the rocks, pebbles, and sand represented the elements that occupy our lives. The rocks, he clarified, denoted the most crucial aspects of life, such as family, health, and personal well-being. These were the fundamental components that, if present, would ensure a meaningful existence even if other things were lost. The pebbles, on the other hand, represented important but non-essential aspects of life, including work, hobbies, friendships, and material possessions. While they contributed to our sense of purpose and fulfillment, they were not indispensable. Lastly, the sand stood for the trivial and insignificant things that often consume our time, such as mindless activities, endless scrolling through social media, or mundane errands. The professor emphasized that if one were to prioritize sand and allow it to fill their life from the beginning, there would be no space left for the rocks and pebbles, the truly meaningful and essential elements. To lead a more effective and fulfilling life, he advised the students to focus on the rocks, the vital aspects that would provide long-term well-being and happiness. By doing so, they would create room for the pebbles and, if there was still space, allow the sand to fill the remaining gaps. The lesson learned was that allocating time and attention to what truly matters ensures a life well lived, while wasting energy on insignificant things leaves little room for the things that truly make life meaningful.